Hello, my name is Chloe. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm bringing to you a journal flip through. So it's been a little while. This is the journal that I worked in between March and July of 2023. I really thought I was going to be caught up on journaling content, but we are kind of on the back foot a little bit. This journal covered 2 trips to the US and a trip to Turkey. Not that I wrote a lot for most of those, but I did keep mementos and stuff. It also covered the start of my new job. If you've not watched any of my flip throughs before or just don't know my content, I don't keep a bullet journal, I don't keep a reading journal, I just have an everything journal. So this one I try and write something about every day. If I'm not journaling every day, I try and write something about each day. When I go away, I like to keep receipts and pictures, but I also do use the journal for to-do lists and packing lists and video idea lists for YouTube as well. So I do think this one is quite uninteresting in its content, but I hope you enjoy the flip through, and I will hand over to past Chloe who flips through the journal. Okay, we are going to flip through this journal. It is pretty chunky because it contains quite a long time, I think. If we peek back to this page, I've added these to my journals which tell you the dates covered in the journal and when I actually finished it. So in this journal we have the 11th of March 2023 to the 31st of July 2023. And I finished the journal on the 29th of November 2023. So quite a distance after I had actually passed these dates. All of these tabs in the side are just things that I'd rather keep private, so please just don't be offended by these. There's a couple of things I don't need to share with the internet. This notebook actually came from just Amazon, I believe. It was a gift. I had a couple of different colours and decided to use the green one first. Going to the front page, I just have this here because I have my phone number, but I decided to do yellow stickers and added a "Today is full of possibilities," which has printed over here, but hey ho. Over here I have the trip to America that I did in March when I had a spare week off work and decided just to go out for a week. So I have my flight information over here, my packing list, my outfit for the airport, and a little TBR thing of all the books I was going to take. I then have the start of just some journaling. I think these stickers are going to be a little bit reflective in this light, but hey ho, it's just of a sky. So this was me as I was on the plane. We then have a receipt from Walmart where I went, I don't know what I got. I think a couple vinyls. Random, but I did. And then just journaling about my time there. I also did this vacation reading list where I tracked how much I read while I was away. So that's 1,432 pages on my trip. We went out to a restaurant called Bash, which I really like. That is the burger and sushi house. And that was actually me and Cole's stepmom who went. It was a great time. And then Cole bought me an Animal Crossing set that had like a lunchbox and a blanket and a beanie. So all of these things I have dotted around. Oh yeah, me and Cole went to Olive Garden. I'd never been before. We took a trip down to a town called Peru to go to Olive Garden, and I'm not in a rush to go back. It wasn't that great. This is this little paper bag. It's a sick bag from one of my flights, but I used it as a storage of bits and bobs. So we have my luggage tag. What else have we got in here? I actually don't know. I don't think I've checked this. We have some boarding passes. Oh, we have a receipt from Hudson, which is like the airport food and whatever. We have a Target receipt. What did I buy? Reese's, Twizzlers, and Lego. Oh, this is my Animal Crossing thing that Cole bought. We have some more boarding passes. We have a penny cash out voucher. Oh, and a 15-cent cash out voucher from some gambling machines. And then turning the page, we jump into April. That's all I had in there for March because this journal actually crossed over with my last journal you saw a flip through for, where I decided to do my vacation to see Cole in this journal rather than filling up the end of another one, if that makes sense. So April, I have my TBR, so that's my to be read list if you're not coming from the bookish side of the internet. I then have my book haul for the month, which flaps down on another piece of paper because I ended up getting quite a few I wasn't expecting. And my wrap up for the month. So I think we can see here that I read 16 books. So a decent month in April. This was me going home. So yeah, we're back into March, but I've had to jump past an April cover page. So yeah, this was my trip home. And then I was casually going to Turkey with Emily because why not? So that's Emily from Emily Kathleen Reads. And we were only going for like 5 days, 4 days. I actually can't remember now. But I have my packing list, the books I was taking. This little envelope is my keepsakes. So we have the helpline for Jet 2. We have a boarding pass, Birmingham to Antalya. We have a baggage label. We have a leaflet from the tattoo studio who kept like coming over to me because I had tattoos. Well, I have tattoos, I haven't got rid of them. And then we have this, which is the map of the resort we were staying in. It was called Aqua World. So yeah, I have a map that was directing us around the hotel. And then we have the same thing with a holiday reading. I read 1,684 pages while away. And then I just stuck these in. This was just me talking about going away. And you know, sometimes I don't want all of my thoughts on the internet. So I've called like private thoughts behind these. I stuck a little picture of me by the pool that Emily took. So yeah, sometimes I just don't want every thought on the internet. Imagine that. Just waffling on, had some milk duds. This is, oh lovely, to Chloe, massive congratulations on your new job. I'm so proud of you for going after what you deserve. Onwards and upwards, love, Laura. How cute. This was the bookish bingo I was doing as part of the Facebook group I'm in. And yeah, so I printed out all of the book covers of the books I did read and stuck them on the board. By the look of it, I only got one bingo. That is wild. I read a lot of books. This was my bank holiday reading. I was trying to make sure I read as much as I could over the long weekend. And yeah, stacked that up to 1,352 pages. Amazing. I then have just a little bit of something private I'd like to keep on here. But this was the bank holiday weekend and I went up to the motocross track in Boriston. I know nothing about motocross tracks really, but this was the AMCA round over the weekend that my sister's boyfriend was racing in. So went up to watch that. We also had a day in Swindon to go shopping and get a bit of a Chinese buffet. We then have, I don't know what I was doing. Eating a cream egg and watching Atypical, which is why penguins are here. I love Atypical so much. If you haven't watched it, oh, love it. Over here, I got an order from Shein of loads of different stationery, so I kept examples of everything. And then I went to visit Chelsea and baby Evie. These are some old pictures now because Evie's now 1. But yeah, went to see Chelsea and Evie and read Eliza and Her Monsters on my trip. So I got the book cover and then the original note from Faith when I got the book. Just a lot more thoughts journaling, stuck this in so I could fit more on the page, and a birthday card from Rebecca, which was just adorable. Oh, and I also made a note of what I got from Rebecca because it was a lovely gift. I then have lots of to-do lists over here. More to-do lists, just so much I was apparently doing. I've covered up a bit down here because I was talking about my pay, so we don't need that on the internet. Over here I have packing for Cornwall, so I went down with my mom and dad to sleep in their van and see some places I hadn't seen in Cornwall before, so I just did a little packing list. Down here we just have a little bit from a letter. It's now my old address, but I still feel weird about putting that on the internet. But yeah, it was my first ever piece of post where they used the letters after my name, which was pretty cool. And this is just while we were away. This is the Rick Stein fish and chip shop that we went to. Not a lot happening here. I think I'm just like using a bank holiday and going to Farm Foods and Asda and B&M. So, you know, great fun. This is then the day that I hit 3,000 subscribers. So I've just got a little print screen of that happening. But yeah, that was fantastic. And then we move on to May. I actually really like how this looks. I knew I was going back to the States in May, and then just loads of little stickers and my TBR again. My haul for the month, my wrap up for the month. My tracker for the Tournament of Talons readathon that was hosted by Amanda. and I was tracking the pages I'd read and my points, so what my total points were at the end. My team actually lost, but you know, it's okay. And then we have packing list for going away again, and journaling of while I'm away. So all of this was pretty much updated when I got back. Actually, I think I updated most of it in November, I won't lie. But we have this little picture of me and Cole in the car when I first got picked up. Glue killed my receipt, but that was my breakfast at Burger King. We then have my flight information, travel outfit, and one of these things to keep. I don't actually know what's in here again, so it's a surprise to me too. We went on a mini vacation while I was away, so I think there's some good stuff in here. This is the Prairie Fox bookshop that's in a town near Cole. We have a boarding pass and a luggage barcode thing. Another boarding pass. Oh, this is a card in the arcade that you loaded up with your points and like how much you want to spend. We then have tickets to a Take Flight, it was called, where you got to like fly over the countries of the world in this VR experience thing. It was really cool. What's this? Oh, this is topping up that card to spend money on the arcades. A Subway receipt, because that's all I seem to eat over there. A card from Zoltar. I didn't know Zoltar was a real thing, but it's like my fortune. And then Swimmin' Chicken was a restaurant at the vacation place we went to, so I kept our little ticket of what order we were. So these days are when I'm in the States, but before we go on our little trip away. So we went to Buffalo Wild Wings, we went to Kohl's. I love these M&Ms, I love them. Then it was this day that we actually went on our little vacation. So we've got another fortune card, I think this was Kohl's, another ticket to that experience, and just a picture of Cole where we went out for lunch. We went to the Michael Kors shop and the receipt was eaten up by the glue or whatever on 2 months later. I said I checked it and it was gone, but I bought myself a Michael Kors bag that I really wanted. We have a cute little picture of Cole and his brother in the hotel. And then, yeah, just like literally writing. So I was writing quite a lot. A nice burger I got from, I don't know where, somewhere in Colestown. Another card for Prairie Fox Books and a receipt from Court Street, which was, it says it's a pub, it's a bar. Oh yeah, on this day, Cole actually took me to his high school and we went into the car park and saw like the football field and the stands and whatever, and it looks exactly like the Vampire Diaries. We went on a walk today to Starved Rock National Park, and this is where like all of my lovely pictures of me and Cole were from. And this was the day I was leaving, so we went to Chili's. I'd never been to Chili's, I kind of liked it. And these are just a couple of little bits from the flight. Then I got my gift from Chelsea for hitting 3,000 subscribers, and I had all of this stuff. It was amazing. And she did this little, like, I had to open all the cards in order and they had little poems. It was just adorable. So I kept the final one. Lots of just rambling. More rambling. I did a Patreon 48-hour readathon and we had these participation cards of all the different prompts you had to tick off. I made some notes on Good Girls Die First by Catherine Foxfield, which was the book I was reading for Amy McCaw's book club. I was supposed to be on the live show, but then I got sunstroke, so didn't actually go, but I had my notes. Then we move on to June. I love this. I think it's so cute. Another TBR list. Another haul, another wrap up. Just some rambling. I got a lovely gift from Victoria. I helped out on a live show and she sent me a little bear that says thank you. The Dystopian Readathon, which I was a co-host for, and what I read for that. And then a 12-hour live stream that I did to celebrate 3K. We have a lovely comment from Chelsea that she left on a video, so I printed that out to keep it. And some sweets that arrived from Rachel, so I kept her note. More rambling. Over here, I went to a wedding for a lovely couple called Ash and Ash, Ashley and Ashley. So I kept a picture of our photo booth experience and just a family photo of me, my sister, my mom and my dad. I got my new business card, so I stuck one of them in here. I got my fundraising pack, I think, for the Race for Life, and a box from WAYPOINT books. Then I went for a little weekend in London to do some bookish things. So this was the Friday, and I had like my notes here, went down to London, did some work, and then I headed to the Amazing Book Awards with Emily. So yeah, here's a picture of me and Emily drinking Prosecco in plastic cups in the programme. Then I have my, my plan for what I was going to do, where I was going to work on the days I had to work. Things I wanted to see, packing list, all that fun stuff. Had some more private notes on this side, but day 3, I don't really know what I did, to be honest. Oh, Chinese food in Camden Market and touristing in the rain, apparently. And then I've said this day was supposed to be the pinnacle of the trip, because I went to the launch event for The Mister by E.L. James without knowing that E.L. James was not going to be there. So basically took a trip to London to meet E.L. James, which didn't happen. But we'll continue to visit Chinatown, and I have the picture of me with the book and some Prosecco. It was a lovely event, it just wasn't what I thought it was going to be. This was my complaint to Easy Hotel because I had an awful experience. I got my new bookmarks, started designing some more. This was a fake design, but it was the drama with Alan the cyclist in his lycra. If you know, you know. I have a spending tracker behind this page, so we won't show that, but I have the notes for the Kiss Quotient, which was part of a read-along I was doing. We have my July cover page, which I hate, and my TBR page, which I also hate, but never mind, it happened. We have my haul and my wrap-up. My tracker of my donations for the Race for Life, a picture of me and my sister when I'd completed it, and some notes on the bride test. We then have a lovely gift from Rachel, and my planning for my Christmas vacation with work. The flights that I booked when it all got approved, and a little trip I took down to Devon with my parents as a switch-off weekend where I wasn't going to be on my phone at all, and yeah, I'm really glad I did that. What I read this week, because I was trying to read quite a lot that week, and I did, I read over 2,000 pages. I was having a little bit of a moan on that page, so I'll cover it up, but it looks like all I did was eat some M&Ms, apparently. I'm not sure what this is, so I'll find out quickly. Oh yeah, this is when I went to the dentist, and they charged me like 50 quid for some x-rays, and then said I needed 6 fillings and to spend £1,000. That was in, when? July, and have not had any of those treatments, and don't jinx it, Chloe, but I seem to be fine, so £1,000 would have been potentially wasted. We have the christening for my, I guess, second cousin's child, but family christening. Then have over here, I went to Bristol for the Patreon meetup. I bought some t-shirts from the vintage shop, it looks like. Stuff from The Works, Forbidden Planet, and oh yeah, I stopped at IKEA and got a giant bear. This was the design for Zaza Bazaar, I was going to say menu, but it's just where things are. So I've got a picture of all of us at the meetup. I've got these rainy washi tapes because it was absolutely hammering it down with rain for parts of the day, and our receipt from the restaurant. Just to-do lists on these, really. Again, to-do lists and waffling about them. Another to-do list. I went to the Chinese supermarket in town and found some noodles. This is then the updated map of Twycross Zoo, because me and my dad went and it's completely changed, and all of the things I thought were going to be there are now taken over by the Gruffalo land. So yeah, I was really mad that I bought a year's membership and the stuff, like some of the stuff I loved going and seeing, isn't there anymore. We've got the rest of the map though, and this little frog in a raincoat because it was hammering it down with rain. Just some of the packaging for some buldak noodles. Lovely gifts from Sophie stuck in here, and I finished a packet of Yorkshire tea. I then have a tracker of birthday presents I'd bought people over there, so I'll hide that. Then I have this card from Amy to saying just thank you for everything I do, and it's adorable, so I had to keep it in full in here. We then have my Patreon tracker that I keep up like every month, and I just show who's moved between tiers, who joins, who leaves, who upgrades tiers. I just need to know where everyone is at every point in time for my own interest, really. I then have my list of books I've unhauled lately, so I will keep this list until I film a video and then I start a new list. I explained to you the dates tracker already. We have this card from Victoria, which was when I left my job and got my new job. I really appreciated this one. And then a envelope back here, which is yippee, you did it. And I just realised what this actually is by taking it out, and I'm going to keep it there for the memories, but I'm not going to share any sort of message from this person on my channel anymore. So there we have it. That is the entire journal. It is wedged, but I can now seal it up for good and put it in storage. But thank you to all of you for bearing with me while I flick through this. I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, I will hand back to outro Chloe to tell you some more. And there we have it, guys. I really hope you enjoyed seeing what was inside this journal. As I said at the start, I don't think this was a very exciting one, but it just kind of shows how minimal you can be in journals, I think. I'm hoping that the next journaling video will be coming to you sooner rather than later, so make sure you are subscribed to see what comes next. But for now, that's all I have time for, so thank you very, very much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.